All right, gang. Oh, look, I'm so beautiful. Anyway, welcome to Trent Talks. Today I am talking side hustles or kind of those trendy hustles that you see on social media or the internet that people are always doing. And do they work? What is required of them? And should you do it? Well, I've tried a good amount of side hustles, and I can give you some inside information on these. Now, I'll start with day trading, stocks, crypto. Like, it's all guessing, that one. If you're talking about Bitcoin or day trading, anything of that nature, you're basically just gambling with your money. Now, is it a good side hustle or something to do? I mean, if you're buying stocks for like a long term play, then I think that's an idea. But if you're trying to just day trade and make a profit every single day, I've heard of people losing their shirt on that type of business. So I'll start there. Is Bitcoin and stuff. I buy Bitcoin. I just buy it as like a long term thing. I don't try to like buy it and then hope it doubles in 2 days kind of thing. I'm just buying it now. That's kind of like an investment nest egg where I just put a little money in some Bitcoin. But the only issues I have with these types of side hustles is, say you do get really rich off of one stock. I don't know if you remember the whole GameStop thing that was going on, and AMC, my roommate, made a ton of money on this actually. But there were people who were on the Robinhood app. If you remember Robinhood, there were people on that app who would try to cash out like $1 million because they basically, it was a group of people and they tried to just like game the system. Robinhood would not pay a lot of these people. They basically, I don't remember if they were blocked or shut down, but basically stocks, when it comes to like consumers, you and I, just the regular person, stocks were not necessarily there to benefit the user or the purchaser. It's all like the casino. The house always wins. Now, you get lucky? Yeah, absolutely. But it's kind of one of those things where you like make like 4 grand on the slot machine, but then how much did you actually spend up to that point, lifetime on slot machines? You probably spend a lot more than that. So yeah, like there are the people who got rich, kind of like the GameStop type thing. But even then, I heard they were having trouble pulling their money out because they aren't designed to get you rich. They're designed to make money off of you. The house always wins. Stocks. Let's get into real estate. I've been a realtor for like 7 years. I've I've worked in fix and flips. I've worked in wholesaling. I've done a lot of different things because I'm always exploring the world of real estate. I love real estate. I love working with fix and flips, or the idea of wholesaling a property where somebody has an off market property, you find it, you put it under contract, you sell it for like 10, 20 grand. That's cool. Or just being a regular realtor. Now, the thing about this whole industry is that it's competitive. And I say competitive, I mean, you have to put in a ton of work if you want to do it full time, not have any other type of job or anything. You have to be putting in a lot of work into being a realtor or a wholesaler. Wholesaler is going to require like 200, 300 calls a day, or as a realtor, calling for sale by owners, expired listings, going out knocking doors. You got to do that every single day if you want to be full time at it. And just a lot of people just don't really have what it takes. I admit I've gone through times where I've just got lucky and didn't really do a lot and just got a lot of business. But you got to understand the importance of prospecting, marketing yourself. There is no magic pill. There is no secret sauce. It's all like dump a ton of money into marketing, or go out and prospect for more business. Now, it's going to require about 10 times as much work as you think. Like when I first got into I tried to wholesale on market properties. I don't know if you heard of like Richard Taylor and the Hold My Hand Wholesale. Like I joined that community for like 9 months, and I mean that's even tough. And you're just calling people, and it's just kind of boring, to be honest, sitting there on the phone all day. Like, I like to go out and do stuff, and that's why I prefer working with a fix and flip or something, going out door knocking, just being out, going out somewhere to coffee, striking up a conversation. It requires being a massive extrovert, massive action, just daily prospecting, making your calls. And I tell you, if you want to be a wholesaler, by all means, but you better have thick skin. I've sat there on the phone calling like 200, 300 people a day, just having like 20 to 40 conversations. And people just tell you to fuck off, and people tell you to get a real job and call you like you're gonna hear just about everything they can say because you're on the phone, and they can just say whatever they want. There's no ramification for cursing you out on the phone. If you're in person, if you're door knocking, it's a little different because there's the threat of getting punched directly into the mouth. So door knocking is a better way to prospect because people are friendlier when they see you in person because that's how people are in real life. They're friendly in person. Let's go over here. eBay. I did eBay for a couple years. I like the idea of going out and finding stuff to sell, and I thought it would be a pretty good. It's a side hustle. It's a good side hustle. There is a way to scale it to where you're full time, but the thing about eBay is you are doing a lot of work just to make like $4 on a t-shirt. Or I sold sport coats like these. I'd find it for like $5, sell it for $30, make $20 in profit. That's good. But it does require a lot of work. Every day after work, I would go to thrift stores or Ross, places like that, like discounted goods, and I would look for stuff to sell. So it'd take me an hour and a half after work, looking like every single shirt. You find the North Face or the Ralph Lauren or Boss, Hugo Boss, things like that. So you have to know what you're looking for, and then you have to have the ability to just. I'd come home, stack of clothes this high, set them on my desk, and then for hours I would be putting them on a mannequin, taking pictures, putting them down, and then you got to sit here and list them. Like I enjoy doing it because I was poor at the time, so just making the money was a pretty cool thing. This is before I got into real estate, so yeah, it does require a lot of work and a lot of knowledge. I think if you want to be like a full time eBayer, then I would recommend having a warehouse space because you will take up a lot of space. And I would have an employee or two that you pay like $1 an item. I would pay people like $1 an item to come over, take pictures. I'd have a stack of shirts. They get $1 per. So eBaying, I mean, you have to really love. Like I love going to thrift stores and Ross and stuff, so I like doing that kind of stuff. I would find stuff at yard sales too. Now that was a really fun kind of hobby for me, but it just got to the point to where I was too big for my own house, and I had to hire an employee, and I had to get warehouse space, and I was already kind of working on being a realtor at that point. So that's like eBay, resale, arbitrage. I do know people who have sold on Amazon, and that requires finding a product on like Alibaba, and then you order it in bulk. They ship it directly to the Amazon warehouse, and then you sell it from there. But the problem is the saturation of Amazon. There's a lot of products on there. So in order for you to get your product seen, you have to basically pay people like, hey, I will pay you, order my product, write me a review, and it's going to require a lot of capital up front because you got to buy the inventory, you got to know what to sell first of all, because it might not even sell. My friend did man candles, didn't really sell. I think he was selling, but then and this is what happened there too, the price of the inventory went up. So that's like Amazon arbitrage or reselling stuff like that. If you're really into that, or maybe you have some money to purchase something on Amazon, I would do a lot of research before you start buying stuff and selling it on Amazon. Now there are other things like SEO that I heard of. They have people using AI to do stuff. I mean, if you wanted to, you could, I guess, get the Sora the app. Maybe there's a premium version that doesn't have that watermark on there, but you can take someone's likeness and make commercials with them, sell it to them for like $500. Hey, I'll make you a really cool commercial. It's gonna have all types of words and stuff on there, and so basically you make the video on Sora, like there's an app now, and then you can put it on something like CapCut, add music or text or captions and things like that. But then you're kind of in the gray area of marketing to people with AI, which is effective, but at the same time, like, are people gonna take well to that? Because some people do see the writing on the walls that AI is here to take over. But there is a lot of things in AI that I haven't personally tried yet. I do use ChatGPT and everything, especially in business. I mean, that is such a cool, like that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I do these like caricatures where I draw people, and I put them in to ChatGPT and asked them, "Hey, is this any good?" And it was like, "Oh, well, these are the good things about this, but here's where you can improve." And I'm like, that is just so cool. So anyway, I'm getting a call here. Hold on. Moving on to other side hustles and things like that. There was if you, uh, I'm gonna end this video here. I'm just my phone is blowing up. So you have Amazon, you have like eBay, real estate, day trading, Bitcoin. I think the most effective one I've seen so far is probably just getting some cleaning supplies and a broom and dustpan and just go clean houses. Clean houses like the easiest thing you can do, especially if it's already fairly clean. You make like 150, $300. You can, maybe it's someplace that's already fairly clean. You can outsource it. So another thing you can do is you can run ads for like a fake cleaning company. So you have a cleaning company that's like Boss Cleaning or whatever, and then you run ads to your cleaning services. People hire you, and you charge them like $300. Well, you have somebody else, like other companies that you have already talked with, and they have agreed that they will pay you a percentage of what they get paid as long as you bring in the business. So as long as you can run ads and market to yourself, then you can basically take that business and assign it to somebody else for a fee. Do that by scale, have like 10 cleaning gigs going on a day, and you're making like 20%, maybe even 50% of each one. Like you're making money for doing nothing. That seems, if you get good at marketing online, like you can pretty much sell anything. And that's kind of the one thing I've been trying to learn myself is how do I run ads? I have some money. I want to put it into some ads. That's actually what I'm working on this week is how to run ads. And that's everything, all these little side hustles, excluding maybe eBay and just anything where you're like being self-employed, like a realtor or a cleaner or a painter. It's going to require you to spend money to someone that can market your business, or it's going to require you to learn how to market your business. And that's where I've always been trying to improve in real estate is how do I get more people to know my product? And that's going to be basically, if you can do that, you can do anything. You'll never have to work a day in your life as long as you know how to run ads and do marketing. Then you're set. So keep that in mind if you're doing like a self-employed type of industry, even with wholesaling and stuff like that. If you can just run ads to people with distressed properties or buyers and sellers, and they see your ad and then they click on your website, then that's going to solve a lot of people's problems right there because people are coming to you. So thank you for watching me talk about side hustles and things of that nature. Like and comment. Let me know. Do you agree or do you have any other side hustles that you want to talk about? Have a nice day and thank you for watching.